All right, we'll get this thing started with a little recognition, and then we got a super special guest that took a lot of time out of her busy schedule, so we're really excited about that. So I'll make this quick, but I love doing the recognition, so I'm going to do this. Let's start with some Success Club points. So I'm just going to read off the names of the coaches that have already made Success Club this month. Starting with the coaches that have 5 points. T. Striley, Chelsea Cata, Mary Beth Darling. Can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up. I see Mom. All right, good. All right, so where was I? Chelsea Cata, Mary Beth Meebs Darling, Brittany Hall, Mary Weeks, Lori Sanderson, Carrie Steelman. Wait, let's go. This is 6 points. So this is Carrie Steelman with 6, Jennifer Witt, Melissa Klein, Jill Wagner, Kristen Cohn, Alyssa Meyer, Jennifer Jackson, Kirsten Barnett, Chelsea Delph, Amanda Stein, Dara Misson, Megan Smiley, Kimberly Opperle, Mary Beth Reelman, Katie Silveria, Candace Bruin, Erica Kinsella, Vanessa Ramirez, Heather Magoon, Maria Vella, Sarah Carricker. Those are all coaches that have 6 points. Looks like they're helping 3 people this month with challenge packs. With 7 points is Pete Reelman, the birthday boy, the big 5'9". Is he on here? Where is he at? Happy birthday, Dad. We'll sing happy birthday at the end for you.
I think he's here. He's watching the SU game.
Oh, priorities.
Back and forth.
I hear you. Also with 7 is Elena Diglio, who hit Success Club for the first time. So big props to you, Elena. At 8 points is Marie Sardelli. And I know that this thing, my sponsorship drill down only goes down 5 levels. So there were some people that got left out. So I got Alyssa's password so I could go into her sponsorship drill down and bring in all the coaches in her downline too. So I wasn't going to miss anybody. But let me know if I do. So Marie with 8, Ariel Hartstock with 8, Laura Farmer, Tammy Haiti, Bree Sanders, Amy Morgan, Nicole, and then at 9 is Nicole Ramirez. At 10 is Susanna Bell, Andrea Wallace, Barb Frevert, Tanya Rutherford, Kelly Marks, Bridget Moore. At 12 is Michelle Phillips, Catherine Crowder, Brittany Barsky is at 14. Also at 14 is Melissa Virgil and Carolyn Nathan. At 16 is Tim Griffin. Attaboy, Tim. And then at 18, at the top of the list is Amy Reelman and Reve Chantel. Awesome stuff. Cool. All right, Amy, I'll let you take over.
Okay. We have Kathy on the call. We met at leadership. We had a dinner together, and I was like, oh, what's your rank and stuff? And then she just blew me away because she told me she got to Diamond in 11 days, 2-star in 56 days, and she's now qualifying for 4-star Diamond. And I believe, Kathy, you've been a coach just since June?
Yeah. I've been a coach since June 27th.
Yeah, so she hasn't even been a coach for a year, and she's already qualifying for 4-star. She's a mom of 2 little, a boy and a girl, married, and she lives in the Boston area. She was a former teacher.
All right.
So I'll just let you take it away and share your story with us, and any tips that you have would be greatly appreciated. And then if we have time for questions.
Okay, perfect. Well, this is an awesome team here you guys have. That's some great recognition. So congratulations to all of you on the call. But yeah, thanks, Amy, for having me on the call. I'm really excited about this tonight. Like Amy said, my name's Kathy Reuter, and I became a coach on June 25th, so just over 7 months now. Prior to this, I was an elementary school teacher. I taught first grade for about 8 years, and when I had my son, who's now 2.5, I became a stay-at-home mom. And so it's been my dream to be a stay-at-home mom and stay with the kids. So I stayed at home, and I took on some tutoring at night to, kind of help out my husband with the income coming in. And then I had my daughter, who just turned 1 on January 1st. Her name's Kirsten. And what happened was I kind of have always been huge into their program, specifically P90X. My husband and I actually did P90X about 5 or 6 years ago. And ever since then, we have just been obsessed with Beachbody programs because we got into the best shape of our lives. We could do it right from home, so it fit into our schedules, and we saw awesome results. So I never stepped foot into a gym after doing that program again. And so what happened was my coach actually approached me because at the time I had just started doing T25. And she's like, oh, you should become a coach. And, you know, I'm kind of impulsive, so I wanted to like instantly kind of just jump right on it because that's how I am sometimes without thinking things through. But even being like so into P90X, I still, you know, came home that night and I was just really skeptical about it. And my husband was really the biggest skeptic going. I mean, he's like a German, he's thick-headed, he's totally into, you know, business. And he was like, this is a total pyramid scheme, Kathy. There's no way you're going to make any money off of this. We can't afford to be paying for, you know, this shake. What is this shake every single month? We only have one income coming in. Like, don't be ridiculous. And I was like, all right, yeah, you know what? You're probably right. I mean, you know all about businesses. What the heck do I know? So, yeah, so then, you know, my coach kept on me and she was adding me to all of her like pages and groups. And I mean, you know, she was trying to get me motivated. I didn't even pay any attention to it, to be honest with you. I was like, I don't care. I'm not going to do it. This is ridiculous. And then what happened was I saw her footage from when she was at the summit in Las Vegas. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to be here at one of these things. I've always been into teams. I've, you know, run track and field my whole life and used to play basketball. And so I just love being part of a group and part of a team with people who, you know, think alike and have the same interests as me. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just give this a try. So I sat down with my husband and he was like, you know what? You can try it out for like a month or two. If you don't at least make your money back, then, you know, you're going to have to quit because we can't afford it. That's the bottom line, you know? So that was it. I signed up and I don't like to half-ass things. I kind of wanted to prove him wrong too, because he really did not think that I was going to do well at this at all. He thought maybe, you know, maybe I'd make like $100 or something. Like if I'm lucky, I'll cover the cost of my Shakeology, but he had no clue. And to be honest, excuse me, I mean, I had no clue really what I was even getting myself into. I just joined because I wanted to just, you know, have something fun to do on the side at night. And, you know, maybe I could make a little bit of money with it. That would be good. Yeah, so I jumped right into it. And I just instantly just started like messaging people. I didn't even know what a challenge group was. Honestly, when I first started out, I had no clue what a challenge group was, but I was messaging people, asking them if they wanted to join my challenge group. And basically what happened is, you know, I just went through, at the time, I only had like just under 400 friends on my Facebook list. And I just instantly just started like reaching out to them. And I mean, I would message, and I still kind of do this, but I message like 10 plus people every single night. At the beginning, I messaged actually a lot more. I would do like 30 people a night. And I would I would always like connect with them in some way. I was always pretty sociable and friendly with people on Facebook. I was always liking people's, you know, posts and commenting on their posts and getting engaged that way. So I would just reach out to my friends, and I started at the top of my friend list. Honestly, that's what I did. And I just would come right out and I would just say like, oh, hey, how are you guys doing? Like, I just saw the pictures of your kids the other day. They're so beautiful. What have you been up to these days? I'm not really sure if, you know, this is something you're interested in, but I'm going to be running a 21-day challenge group. It's featuring the 21-day fix, which is a program that combines 30-minute workouts with a portion control nutrition plan. We're going to be pairing that up with Shakeology. I have 2 spots left in my group. Do you have any interest in joining and reserving a spot in my group? And I always did that. And even to this day, I still use that same exact script with them, because I just feel like with a 21-day fix, I mean, I've tried to use other programs, but honestly, like no one really commits to it, because I think they get kind of discouraged and a little kind of nervous to jump into like a 60 or 90-day program. Whereas a 21-day fix, anyone can do it. It doesn't matter what your age is. It doesn't matter what shape you're in. There's a modifier for everything. It's 21 days. I mean, it's all laid out for you. It's so simple. You start it, you finish it, you see great results. And it's been the most successful program. So I use that same speech, that same script every single time. I give it to my coaches. They use it too. If people don't know what Shakeology is, when I send the message over to, I also send, have you heard of that video called 100 Doctors Don't Lie? Yeah. Yeah, so I usually always kind of send that. I'll just say like, oh, if you haven't heard of Shakeology, check out this quick video. I'll be in touch. Let me know what you think. And I'll send that over to them. And I don't do any work on Beachbody really during the day because I can't, because I have the 2 kids. I have, like I said, the 2.5-year-old and the 1-year-old. So I'm with them all day long. When they go down for their naps during the day, that's when I quickly get in my workout. I take a quick shower. I'll try to maybe throw in a load of laundry. I'm really behind on the housework, to be honest. And I'll, check in with my challengers in their groups. And then all my work is at night. So I work every single night. I put in a lot of time. I put in at least 4 hours. I put in 4 hours every single night. I'm up until midnight, 12:30. But I just love doing it. So I have to force myself to go to bed like a lot of times, because I know Kirsten will still be waking up in the middle of the night, even though she's, 14 months old, she's still waking up. So, and then, I'll be up first thing in the morning at 6:30. So I have to force myself to go, to bed at that time. But it's the same thing every single night. I spend that block of time on it. And honestly, what really got me to spend and dedicate that much time to it, because that is a lot, was watching that video by Scotty Hobbs called Sacrifices. I don't know if you've ever seen that one. Has anybody ever seen it? Just give me a thumbs up. Listen to it. Oh my gosh. Well, if you haven't listened to that one yet, it's called Sacrifices by Scotty Hobbs. And I was probably maybe I was 2 weeks in as a coach at this point. And I just came across Scotty Hobbs and I watched that video, and it is so motivating and so inspiring. And basically the whole thing, I'm not going to tell you all about it because you can watch it. It's not that long. It's 14 minutes or something like that. But basically the whole point is that, if you want this to work and you really truly believe in yourself and you want this to go somewhere, because this is your business, this is serious, not just a hobby, then you need to sacrifice something. Something's got to go. So for me, at night before, I used to just kind of, flop down on the couch after being with the kids all day long and just watch a show, and I was completely exhausted and wiped out. And that's how I spent the rest of my nights, because I just had no energy. And I would always go to bed at 10 o'clock. I was in bed so early because I had no energy with the kids. So for me, I started sacrificing sleep, obviously. But for me, I know it's going to be worth it. Something's going to give. It's a business. You can't just put in. What comes out of this is a direct correlation with what you put into it. So seeing that video really helped me kind of keep it in my mind that, all right, why am I doing this? I really need to stick with this, and I'm putting in my 4 hours every night, so I stay up as late as I can, and that's it. So you have to check out that video for those of you who haven't seen it yet. Another thing too that I think I'm just looking at my notes real quick here. When I reach out to everybody, I don't just reach out and leave it alone. I always follow up with people within 24 to 48 hours. And I think that's crucial in it, is the follow-up. I feel it's the most important thing. And I don't just follow up once. I'll follow up 3 or 4 times. I'm not pushy about it, but I'm just really persistent about it. And what I do is I have a 5-subject notebook, because I like to see everything. I'm kind of a visual learner like that. I like to see everything. So I write the date in one section. It'll say invites at the top. I'll write the date, and every person I reach out to, I'll write their name down. If they write back to me, I'll write down what they say. So if they say no, not interested, I'll write no, but then I don't just let them say no. I always find out what's their reason for saying no. So that's one of my strengths, I think, is overcoming objections. I'll always just come out and say, just out of curious, what's your reason for saying no? Is it a time issue? Is it a money issue? Maybe I can work with you and help you on this. And so I kind of get an answer from them, and based on that, and if they say oh, I'm pregnant right now, I just can't do it, then I continue to develop the relationship, and I'll jot down in my notebook, pregnant, due in January. And then I add that person to another section in my notebook called prospects. And I will put that person's name down there so I can keep track of that person. So everybody I'm reaching out to, I always write their name down, the date, all the people I reached out to. If they say no, forget it, there's no way around it, it's never going to happen, I cross them off my list. If they say yes, I write yes next to it, just so I can see it all laid out in front of me. What else here? Also, I add 3 new people to my Facebook friend list every single day. So I go through, my friends. I don't go to Beachbody coaches, and I don't go through any of my coaches, and I'll just look through mutual friends of friends that I have, and I will click on the person's name. And if we have like 8 or more mutual friends, I'll kind of look at who the mutual friends are. And if I see that one of them, if I recognize a Beachbody coach, I won't even bother. I won't even bother adding that person because that's their person's territory. So I'll just add 3 to 5 new people every single day. And once they accept my friend request, I have another section in my notebook, and I will write down that person's name. And then I can kind of start to develop the relationships with these people over time. I'll start liking their posts. I'll start commenting on their posts. I will even like reach out to them in a private message and just talk about something, non-Beachbody related, and kind of develop the relationship from there. And then I can go into, finding out what their health and fitness goals are and see if they're interested in joining my, my challenge group. If people say that they have like a money issue, that's when I kind of have been bringing up, the whole coaching opportunity to them, and, setting up like business opportunity calls and talking to them about how this business can change their life. So every time people say that they don't have money, I always bring that up. Or I always mention that if they refer a couple friends, 2 to 3 friends, it can cover their cost, plus earn them a little extra money. So that does help a lot. I do have a lot of people that just sign up, like 1 or 2 people under them just to kind of offset their cost a little bit. So I'll do that. When I do follow up with people, and Amy, I actually have this whole template because I had to do a call for, one of my uplines before. So I can actually send you guys a template with like, my scripts and stuff of things I say in case you want to look it over. Maybe it's helpful, maybe it's not, but I have it all here that I can send it over just in case. Oh, okay, cool. So when I do follow up with people, 24 to 48 hours, I always follow up, and I'll just reach out to them and I'll just say, oh, hey, just checking in real quick. I wanted to see if you got my message about the 21-day challenge I'm running. Let me know if you have any questions. And if you want to join, just let me know as soon as you can because the group is filling up, like I said. So try to let me know as soon as you can tonight. I'll even say, like, I'm not trying to be a pain in the ass, but if you can just let me know either way so I can leave you alone. I've said that before. People usually always respond to that. I think another thing too that has really helped me is because I'm messaging people so late at night, a lot of times, honestly, people are in bed at the hour I'm reaching out to these people. I mean, it's 11 o'clock at night, 11:30 even, and they're not even seeing these messages. So when they wake up in the morning, first thing in the morning, how everyone does that. They take out their phone, such a bad habit, right? You're laying in bed and you just start scrolling through Facebook. They see my message first thing. So I kind of can catch a lot of those people at a time where they're not really doing too much. They can at least give me a reply. Whereas if I message people during the day, I mean, I know myself, if I get a message during the day, I'll glance at it real quick, I'll see it, but I don't have time to respond. And then people, they're busy. So half the time they forget that you even reached out to them. They don't even remember a message being sent to them from you. So I think, messaging people at night has really helped. Excuse me for a second here. Okay.
Decaf or regular?
Oh no, this is regular.
Oh my God. You gotta stay up.
Yeah, it's okay. I could fall asleep. Once I go to bed, it's like I go down. And then I don't know how you guys sign people up, but at the beginning when I first started, because I didn't even know about the Coach Mobile app. Do you guys use that when you sign up people? Oh, thumbs up if anybody uses that. Oh, okay, yeah, good. Yeah, when I first signed up, I was literally just going to the site, registering the person myself, getting their information, signing them all up. Oh my gosh, it was taking me forever. And honestly, like I said, I didn't have the time during the day. And a lot of people, they don't want to give me their social security number. They just don't want to give me that kind of information over the phone. But then I found out that they had this, it's not really like an app, but it's like a downloadable app, but it's called coachmobile.teambeachbody.com /coach. And this is all on my template too, so you guys can have it. And it's so simple and so easy, and I love it because all you need from the person to sign them up is their email, and you just need their first and last name, and you just need to know what flavor, what they're ordering basically, what flavor Shakeology they want, and what program they're getting. And you literally just log in, you type in their email, click what they want, and then it sends them an email. And they just click it and they put in all that information themselves on the other end. So they do their credit card information themselves. They do their social security all by themselves. They don't have to worry about handing that over to me. Now, some people do have a problem trying to get people to complete this link. So every time I send the link, I do tell people you have until midnight to complete it. So please complete it as soon as you can. Let me know as soon as you complete it so I can check the system and make sure it went through okay. Plus I want to send over an email to you with some recipes and some other important documents. So I always kind of make it seem like you have to fill this out, because before I did that, people would literally sit on this link for like 5-6 days. And then guess what? Like if you don't strike when the iron's hot, now they've had time to think about it. They don't want it in the end, and they don't even go through with it. So kind of have to get them strike when the iron's hot, definitely. So you should check out that app, because that really does, that has been like a huge success for me. Trying to look here. Also, when I sign up people, I do always send them over, I get like really heavily involved with people I sign up. I don't just sign them up and like, oh yes, I got Success Club 2 points now, this is great. I really work hard to try to stay connected with the person. And as soon as they sign up, I'll send them, a welcome to Beachbody email. I'll attach all the Flavor Shakeology recipes for them. I'll tell them how to make their recipe. I'll tell them what my favorite recipe is. I tell them the importance of drinking it every single day so that they can see the full benefits for it. And then I'll attach any other documents that kind of can help them through their program with the 21-day fix. So for example, the 21-day fix, if that's the program I use, I'll send like 21-day fix recipes and like a chart and like tally charts that they can use and different things that could be helpful for them. And then I stay connected with them all the time. I work with them and I check in on them like weekly. Sometimes I have to check in with people daily to kind of give them like a little bit of extra support. Just, I want to make sure that they're happy with everything. And honestly, like I want to make sure that they like love the Shakeology as much as I do, because I am obsessed with Shakeology. I will go to like at night, like right now, like I would want a second one, but, and like we'll go to bed at night, my husband and I will be craving it for the next morning. So I want people to love it as much as I do. So I really work with them to help them try to find like a recipe that they love, so that they can see success with it, just like I have. And the support, I think, from your significant other or spouse is crucial in this business. I mean, we're all busy. We all have jobs and families and just lots of different things going on, sports and whatnot. But if my husband was not supportive of me doing this, there's no way that I would be doing as well as I'm doing right now. No way, because I'm with the kids all day long, busy, so I don't see him, and he's working all day long. And then at night, we put the kids to bed. It's like 7:30, almost 8. I mean, this is really our time to be hanging out. So that's a sacrifice right there. Back to that Scotty Hobbs video. I mean, that's a sacrifice. I set aside, a date night once a week, but he could very easily at the end of the night be like, oh my gosh, come on, Kathy, you're working on Beachbody again. Like, can't you just do 1 hour? Like, do you really have to stay up till midnight? But he sees the potential in this, and he wants this just as bad as I do. So he will encourage me to actually keep working as hard as I'm doing. And so he's very supportive. So if he was not this supportive, honestly, I mean, it would be really hard, because then I'd be more swayed to be like, you know what, forget it. I'll just do this an hour, sit down on the couch, watch some TV. And then you kind of lose momentum, if you do that. If you don't really get yourself into a groove, you kind of lose the momentum. So definitely having the support from a significant other or spouse, I think is key for this. Let me see here. I'm just checking here, guys. Also, too, just real quick about like connecting with people. The people who, when they say no, they're not interested with me, I never just kind of let it go. I always stay connected with people, and I always reach out to them still. And I'll just talk to them about other things in general, just about things going on in their life, things I see them posting. I will keep that connection going, because you know what? There is going to come a time where they are going to want to get healthy and do something. And who are they going to think of? They're going to think of me, because I'm the one that's taking time out of my day, my busy day, to comment on a picture of their flowers. Like I just did that yesterday. Some girl posted up pictures of their flowers from their husband, and I took the time out of my day to reach out and comment about how pretty they were, and talk to her about that. And she ended up wanting to do, the 21-day challenge. So it's important, because people might not come around right now when you're reaching out, but they're going to come around. It might take weeks. It could take months, but guess what? When they do come around, you're going to be the person that they're going to go to because you're going that extra step and, you know, forming relationships with them. So I think that's really important to keep that going with the people that you're reaching out to. And I know you hear this all the time in all your trainings, I'm sure, but truly believing, I really feel, truly believing in the products and in yourself is what is going to get you there and get you where you want to be and have you see success in the business. If you are wishy-washy and you think that it's too expensive and you're not confident in yourself and you don't really know if the products are going to really work because you just started out, when you reach out and you start talking to people, people are going to sense that. You know, they can tell. They're going to sense that you are not confident in the products, and then they're going to sense that you are not confident in yourself. And so for me, like I said right from the beginning with the P90X, I truly believe these are the best programs out there. Like I said, I've never stepped foot in a gym in the past 6 years. I will never go back. I think it's a waste of time. I just think it's you spend too much time there. You end up spending more money. It's just, it all boils down to time, and you can do it all from your own home, you know, for 30 minutes, half the amount of time, get better results, and it's great. And I truly believe that. So when I reach out to people, plus, you know, after seeing the results that I, you know, have got from the programs, I just want everyone to feel that way and see the same results that I have had. So I am very, very confident when I talk to people about this. So I think, you know, get the confidence in yourself, and that will really help you take off in the business. I'm trying to see here if I forgot anything. And the last thing too is, you know, at the beginning when I first started out, honestly, I just thought that personal development was just a waste of time. I'm not gonna lie, I did. I really did. I was like, I'm doing great. Like, you know, I got to diamond in 11 days. Like, this is awesome. I need to read. Like, I don't have time to read. You know, it's fine. Things are going great. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. And you slowly learn that the key to growing your business even bigger and better is by doing the personal development. I mean, that is what's going to help lead your team. I mean, you need to lead by example, and you need to be improving yourself every single day. And so I just read 10 minutes a night. That's all it is. I read when I go upstairs, when I'm done down here in the kitchen here, we're working, it's my little office. I go upstairs at like midnight or so, and I just, you know, my husband's sleeping, I got my little book light on, and I read for like 10 to 15 minutes every single night. And I think what you should do is pick a personal development book that is going to target an area of weakness in you, that's going to help improve you. So if you have a weakness in, you know, your confidence, a really good one that I read is called You Are a Badass. Has anybody ever heard of that? Yeah, awesome. Yeah, You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. And honestly, I feel like if you are a brand new coach, that should be the very first book that you should read, even before The Compound Effect. I do, because it just helps you kind of instill that belief in yourself, and you get you the confidence. And because you can't drive the business until you get that confidence there. So I think that's a really good book to start out with. And, you know, The Compound Effect is really good too. The Slight Edge is another one that I'm reading right now. And so far I've been loving The Slight Edge. So I think that covers about everything. Sorry if that was a lot. I go like 100 miles a minute when I talk. That's just how I am. Plus the coffee doesn't help.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Before everyone jumps in with questions, so your 4-hour gap, you do like 8 to 12. Do you want to kind of walk through what you do from start to end so people have an idea? Because I feel like we just throw information to everyone, and then it's like a matter of setting out, do this, then how much time to spend on each thing.
Yep. Honestly, the most important thing for me, and I spend a lot of time doing this, it's reaching out to people. I spend a lot of time just private messaging people. I mean, if you were to go look at my wall right now, I've gotten better with it. But one thing that I struggle with is making the Facebook posts. I don't like to make it be all about Beachbody. I want people to, you know, see that I'm a real person. I have a life outside of this. I have a family, kids, and stuff. So I think it's important that you keep that variety going. So all of my contacts and things have happened all through private messages to people, all on Facebook. So I spend, when the kids go to bed, I mean, I come down here and I have like messages from people or emails. I'll get right back to people. And I spend a lot of time literally just private messaging people about getting them into health and fitness challenge groups that I'm running. Or I try to target people who I think might be good coaches, and I try to do that. I've been spending a lot of time now doing business opportunity calls at night with people. If people ask about it and say, like, oh, that sounds like a, great, I think that, being a coach would be something I'm interested in. Can you tell me more about it? I just instantly just set them up with a phone call with me, because I feel like people need to hear your excitement in your voice, and I'll do like a Zoom call. I've been doing that recently, so that they can see you and hear the excitement. I think that makes a big difference. Whereas if it's just all kind of typed out, it's just so much to say. You know what it's like being a coach. There's so much information. So I spend a lot of time doing that. I'm running the team calls now, so that takes up time. I do one-on-one calls with my team members now too, once a month to kind of get them started. So I'll spend time doing that. But I'm trying to think here. Honestly, if I don't hear back from people when I'm private messaging them, that just kind of fuels me to go like even harder and longer. And so that's what I spend literally all night long doing. I spend pretty much all my night doing that, just messaging people and talking to them. And a lot of people have questions. And so, I'm building the relationships with them, and I'm telling them about what the program's done for me and what the results I've seen. Because honestly, when I first started out, I was at the heaviest weight I've ever been in my life. Honest to God, I couldn't believe it. I was like, holy mother of God. I was pregnant. I know it was the end of the pregnancy, but trust me, that's not an excuse to let yourself go this way. So I will not let that happen for the third child when that day comes. But I just let myself go. I was like 200 pounds at the end. By the time I gave birth and everything, I was only down to like, 180 or whatnot. Could not get below 150, which was big for me, because in, high school and my, athletic frame that I had before, I was like, 135. Finally, these programs were able to get me back down to like, 132. And so I'm kind of like connecting with moms all the time. That's my target. I'm connecting with moms, just trying to kind of get them to realize that you can get your body back. And so I spend a lot of time talking to them about that and how it can happen.
Awesome. Thanks. That's great.
Yeah.
Also, congratulations. I saw you're ranked number 97 out of whatever, how many 210 or whatever 1,000 coaches we have. So that's crazy. You're in the top 100.
Yeah, thanks. I was pretty surprised. My team was, started out really strong, so I'm proud of them.
Nice. Good.
Yeah.
Awesome. I guess we can open it up to anyone that has questions. If you want to unmute yourself and ask Kathy a question.
I have a question.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. So I've been in this business for almost 2 years now, and one of my biggest struggles, and I think one of my team's biggest struggles, is reaching out to people that we personally know. So do you have any advice about that and kind of how you tackle it and kind of get over yourself and your fear?
Yeah, this is a pretty funny topic actually, because I've kind of stayed away from the people who I've been the closest to, believe it or not, because those have been the ones who have kind of not really been like true believers and supporters in this, which has been unfortunate. But I think that keeping your why like at your forefront, like why you're doing this, and just plowing through it and talk to everybody and anybody. There's nothing to be afraid of. Who cares if they say, no, I'm not interested? You know what I mean? You're not going to know unless you reach out to them. That's the bottom line. So my whole thing that I keep in my mind is talk to everybody and anyone. People who you think won't do it. Like I've had so many people who I'm like, I'm not going to bother reaching out to them because there's no way they're going to do it. Then when I reach out to them, they end up committing. So, that's one thing I've learned in this business, is that like on it, I really just don't care. I'm trying to help people. And I think if you keep that in the back of your mind, that you're trying to help people, you're trying to like help change their lives and help them to be healthier. If they're going to turn it down, they're going to turn it down. Well, who cares? Don't let it hold you back. For every like no you get, reach out to 5 more people. That's what kind of fuels me. When I hear no's, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And I'm like, blah, 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 and I'm like messaging people like crazy until I get a yes, because it drives me nuts to hear no. Because why would you not want to do this? I just don't get it. I have messaged like some really close friends of mine, and they just want nothing to do with it. So that's unfortunate for them, but they'll see in a year from now.
Awesome. Thank you. I have one more question too. I'm sorry.
No,
So you said that you're really great with objections, and I think we all know that the money objection is the one that comes the most often. So what are your kind of couple of steps that you take to tackle that and kind of shut it down before people lose interest?
yeah, I mean, I just go into what I tell them is I say, you know, 140, I don't even give them the option. Do you mean if like they come out and they say 140 is like too much money? Is that what you mean? Like if they specifically come out and ask you that's too much money?
So you're forming them, you're talking to them about challenge groups, and then you create all this value around the 21 Day Fix is the program that I go after a lot too. And then you're like, it's $140 and a bomb drops and they're like, nope, can't do it. And they have all the interest in the world prior to the price. And then they just,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So what I do when I talk to people is when they ask the price, I never just tell them the price right off the bat. I always tell them every single thing that they're going to be getting. And I don't discredit myself as a coach too. So you shouldn't either. You know, they're getting you as a free coach. And that's huge because people go to gyms all the time and they pay all this money for personal trainers and they have to leave their house to do it. So they're getting you as a free, you know, coach for life, basically. So what I do is they'll say, oh, how much is it? And they're really interested at this point, right? And they'll say, how much is it? And I'll go into it and I'll say, you know, you're going to get a 1 month supply of Shakeology. You're going to drink 1 shake a day every single day to replace either a meal or you can have it as a snack. It's also going to take the place of a multivitamin or your prenatal. You're going to get all the workout DVDs for the 21 Day Fix, a shaker cup, portion control, portion control, measuring cups to measure your food. You're going to get tons of recipes. I'm going to be working with you one-on-one to help you reach your health and fitness goals. And then you're going to be added to my private accountability and support group on Facebook. And you're going to get all that. It's on sale right now for $140. The great thing is about this is that everything has a 30-day money-back guarantee. I meant to mention that earlier to you guys. That has really worked well for me because they like knowing that, you know what, I'm paying the money now, but if God forbid it doesn't work out, you know, I can return it and get my money back. I mean, I haven't had that happen yet, but I do tell people, you know what, it's a 30-day money back. Even the Shakeology has a bottom of the bag. That's crazy. A bottom of the bag money back guarantee. You can drink the whole bag, I'll tell them. Try it for the whole month. See how your results are. If you still are not happy, put the bag in the mail, return it, and you'll get 100% all your money back. But I can guarantee you that's not going to happen. And then I'll tell them, like, but it's nice to know that you have that option just in case. And that's what I say to people. And then if they say, like, you know, 140 is still too much money, and then I just kind of break it down for them and tell them that, I mean, this is replacing a meal for you every single day for an entire month and a vitamin. So, you know, when you break it down, it's just under $4 a day for a meal. I mean, that's a pretty cheap meal. You're not going to get a meal cheaper than that. It's quick to make. It's, you know, and I start kind of going into the benefits of it. Usually when I talk about, though, that 30-day money back guarantee or the bottom of the bag money back, it hooks them right away.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know if that answered your question.
No, it totally does. It was a great answer. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, one other thing too I do is, I mean, if they really are struggling with the money, I'll say, like, listen, go ask a couple of your friends. Go ask your friends if they want to join this group with you. Go right now. I said, you know, get off this with me. Go ask a couple of your friends if they want to join you. Everybody has friends. You know, get them involved. And as soon as they say yes, you know, contact me again, and I can show you how we can put them underneath you so that way you can get your costs covered. I do that a lot too.
That's awesome. I like how you follow up so much. I feel that's one of my stronger points too. And I feel like people get nervous in following up. And I feel like that's definitely key in this business.
Yeah. You can't take it personally. I mean, the bottom line is that people are busy. That's the reality of it. They're not like ignoring you on purpose. It's just that people have lives. They're busy. There's 101 things going on. And, you know, it's all about just catching them at the right time.
Yeah. Does anyone else want to ask a question?
Amy, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So do you add people to your challenge group if they only get the program or only, I mean, if they only get the challenge pack, or if they get just the program without Shakeology, do you add them as well?
Yeah, I add anybody and everybody. that actually has the program. So I've actually had like a couple people that I used to teach with who they actually have like other coaches, but their coaches don't really do too much. And I've done that like a couple times. I take them in. So anybody who has the program that wants to do it, I take them into my group. For people who have already completed the program with me before, like each time I start a new one, I always post in my page and just kind of let them all know, if you're ready for another round and you want to join me, I'm running one, starting on Monday. Let me know if you want to hop in and I can add you, that type of deal. But yeah, I think that it's definitely for you to keep connected. I was going to say this earlier with people because when you sign them up, you don't want to just leave them to the wolves. You really want to be there to support them. I've actually had like quite a few people who have switched over to me as a coach because their prior coach basically just didn't bother with them. And honestly, if you're not spending the time with these people, you know how this business works. They're going to stay on for like 2-3 months and then they're going to be done. And so you want to be able to help them as much as you can.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
I have a quick question, Amy.
You guys don't have to ask me. You can just
Hi,
ask.
I'm Annie. I'm Amy's older sister.
Oh, hi.
Hi, nice to meet you. I have a question about how you balance. I have 2 kids at home too, all day.
Yep.
And I do most everything at night. And how do you balance training your coaches? Because it sounds like you have a big team now.
Yeah.
And then doing what you're doing, your follow-ups and your invites and doing everything you're connecting with your customers. But how are you balancing all your coaches and your training?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's funny that you bring this up now because I was just saying to my husband the other night, I'm like, oh my God, things are getting so overwhelming now and I can't take it. I'm like, before it was just reaching out to people, getting them involved in a challenge group. And now I have a team, I have to train. So I think being organized with it is like the key to it. So I keep, a huge like desk calendar, basically in front of me all the time. And I, let my coaches know and stuff when my, challenge groups are going to be starting. And I just keep like really strict with it. And right now I'm, in the process of, getting ready my own Coach Basics training for them, which is going to start in March. So that's been taking up a lot of time because now I've been having to make like videos and stuff at night. And I think like I'm going to start Hootsuite too. So, putting all the things in that definitely will help, keep it organized. Cause right now I'm just kind of I'm still, kind of new at this. So I'm still like manually going into the 21-day challenge group, pages and, putting all the stuff in there. And I think, that's my goal. So I think that should be your goal too. You can just, I'm going to put a couple things up in Hootsuite. So that way that's all set. I don't have to worry about that. Like I said, I do once a month, I set up schedules with one-on-one calls with them. They're like 20 minutes to 30 minutes each call with my coach. And a lot of times on the weekends, I will have my husband, watch the kids for a couple hours so that I can get like some of this stuff done. Like I was making videos and stuff all this past weekend and I had my husband watch the kids. So that's been helpful. I am going to be ordering, like, I don't know if you guys have heard of like the Passion Planner. Have you guys heard of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that.
Oh, cool. Do you like it?
Yeah. Yeah, I like it a lot.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah. I want to get that. I need to get more organized. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I am an organized person. I used to be a teacher. I mean, I am organized. But the thing is now is, like, I have such high expectations for my coaches. I want them to do well, and I want them to succeed. So I share with them, like, scripts that I say. I mean, I share everything with them. Like, I'm a big sharer, so I give as much as I can to them to help them. I think, that helps out a lot, too. I don't know if that answered your question.
Oh, yeah. That answered a lot.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I have a question. How do you handle, I get a lot of times where I'm like trying to get someone to be a coach, but yet they're just starting out on their fitness journey. So they're still, plus size or still, fairly overweight. What do you do to help explain to them that it's okay to be at the beginning of your journey and still be a coach?
Oh, yeah. That's a good question. Yeah, I mean, I always tell people that you're better off at the start of your journey not being where you want to be, because people want to see that these products actually work. They want to follow you. They want to see your journey. You know, it has more credibility for you. And I always relate it back to myself and where I started. And I tell them right off the bat, you know, I wasn't in great shape when I started. I mean, I was a good 40 pounds overweight when I first started this. And,
Right.
you know, and so I think it's important for them to know that, you know, it's not about like being perfect. People want to see you transform, and they want to see you working on yourself. And
But I think what happens is they see the people in the group,
yeah,
and a lot of those people are already well underway in their journey. So I think they're not seeing a lot of people that are the same as them. And I try to explain, you know, everybody's in a different stage, and there are people out there who are at your point, but I don't think they're seeing them. Do you know what I mean? And so they think that they don't believe that they could do that,
yeah.
I guess.
That's what it is. It's like, it's a big confidence thing. And, you know, I'll get on the phone with them a lot too, and just kind of try to boost their self-esteem a little bit, and just tell them that, you know, don't look around at the other people around you. I mean, look around at them and say like, wow, look at where they are. That's where I'm going to be. I mean, you have to
Right.
start somewhere. And, I mean, I think it helps too. I mean, if you ever needed to, like, you know, get on a call, you know, with your upline coach and have the person on there, just have that extra support, that helps as well too. I do that a lot too for my coaches if they have people that are in the same situation. And I'll just like show them like other coaches and other people, like their pictures of where they started. Like, and even though like, you know, you completed one round of the 21-day fix and this person lost 12 pounds, like they all started where you are. They decided to start, you know, and that's what's most important.
Yeah.
To start, you know, it's a, you know, so you have to keep talking to them about it over and over and over again to kind of build up their self-esteem, you know?
Right. Because I think they're afraid that people will look at their like Instagram or look at their Facebook and be like, you know, how can you be a coach if you're, you know, if this is, you know.
No, I know. Believe me, I got the same thing. I actually got the same thing from my sister when I first started. Believe it or not. She's like, how can you even be a coach? You're not even in good shape. I'm like, well, that's nice. Yeah, and she's a coach now too, believe it or not. She was when I was able to turn around. She was another skeptic. I showed her.
Right.
Yeah, but
those are just hard. Those are just hard to.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean,
let them know that that it is a good place to be to start when you're just starting. You know, whether you have 100 pounds to lose or if you have 15 pounds to lose, if you're in the beginning of your journey, people are going to follow that, and it'll pay off down the road for sure.
Yeah. It is. I mean, that's so true. It's all about like just inspiring people, you know, and let's just face it. I mean, the majority of people are not in, you know, their tip top shape. That's just the way it is. So people can relate to that actually, you know, more than if you started out in like the best shape of your life. So that's why I just keep drilling it into their heads, and that, you know, that they're worth it, and that they should just start day one and make a decision, commit. Don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Get the fear out of your head and go for it.
Yeah.
You know?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a question. So I have a girl who is going to be joining our team on Friday, and she's actually on the call currently. And she just messaged me and was asking, what would your best advice be for someone that's just joining the team? Like, what would you tell coaches that are brand new?
Brand new coaches. I would say if you are a brand new coach, that you should just get yourself involved in the Coach Basics training that you have going with your team. That's going to be the biggest thing that's going to help you and teach you about the business. I mean, this can be totally overwhelming. And this call probably just totally, whoever this person is probably so overwhelmed right now and has like 1,000 things going. Just ignore it all. If you're a brand new coach, just stick to the basics. Just stick to the 3 vital behaviors. Stick to reaching out and inviting people, you know, every single day. You don't have to do a lot, 3 to 5 new people. Just make connections with people. You know, be a product of the product. So just keep drinking your Shakeology. Make sure you're getting your workouts in every single day. Stick with those things. And then for goals for you for your first month, I mean, don't think about too much. Just focus on helping 2 people your first month. Just focus on helping 2 people your first month, so you can, you know, get to Emerald rank. You know, try to get someone that you know. It's always recommended that you have like a relative or something be one of the first 2 people you sign up. So just, you know, try to get someone you know who's close to you. Then you just have to get one more person. And And then you'll just need one more person to hit Success Club. And that's really the most important, the first, month, that's the most important thing is, I think, just, getting involved in your Coach Basics training, for that month, helping people and getting to Emerald, and then hitting Success Club, which would just be helping 3 people, 3 people. That's what I think of it as, just think of it as helping people. 3 new people that you can help, next month, or this month, sorry.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, because honestly, in this business, the only way, there's so much information. Like, this is one thing my husband was saying before when I first started is he's the type of person where he wants to like research everything and learn it all like now, but you can't. This is the type of business where like you learn as you do, you learn as you go. So learning is doing. So the more you do, the more you're going to learn, and the better you're going to get at it, and the more confident you're going to feel. So you'll get there and you'll be awesome.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yep.
What do you think keeps you consistent doing the hard stuff every day? Because I feel like it's kind of easy to keep going when you see success, and you've seen success since like the first, day you signed up pretty much, but it's not easy even being successful to keep doing those things and taking time away from your family and kids. So I'm a person that struggles with consistency. I feel like that's the biggest thing that's helped me back in my business. What do you think keeps you consistent?
Really what keeps me consistent with this is, again, think about why I'm doing this right now. And I think this is why it's so important for every single one of you to really, truly know, why are you doing this? Like, why did you get into this? What is your reason? For me, I know this sounds a little crazy right now, but I want to be able to continue to be a stay-at-home mom with the kids. We got to a point where we had 2 kids and we had the one income coming in, and I was like, we were thinking about how I might have to go back teaching, and there was no way that is going to happen. There's no way. So I keep that in the back of my head all the time. And just why I'm doing this. And trust me, things have gotten hard for me too recently. There's going to be tough times. This is not easy. Anybody who, gets involved in this, if you hear that this is easy, this is definitely not easy. This is work. It's like everything else. It's like your diet and your exercise, you have to be consistent with it. What's going to happen if you start the 21-day fix and you do it the first 3 days and then you don't do it for the next week? You're not going to see results. You have to be consistent. And, life in general is hard. So you need to just kind of keep your why at the forefront. And that's the only thing that's going to keep you going. You can't look around at other people around you and compare yourself to other coaches and be thinking that, maybe I should do it this way. No, you need to do your thing, think why you're doing it, and just plow through it. And you got to get through the tough times. There's tough times that are going to happen in all areas of your life, and eventually it passes. It does. But you don't want to let these tough times, really slow you down where you're not even like functioning anymore on it, because this is the type of business where if you let those things really slow you down and you're not continuing to help people every single month and building up your organization, people are going to start to drop off, and then you're going to actually reverse yourself, in the direction you're going. And it's all about building momentum. And I've seen it myself in this business, because it has gotten harder. That's the way it is. But I feel like the longer I go, like if I go a couple of weeks without like helping anybody, the longer it takes me to get the ball rolling again and the more momentum going. So just really, I feel like keeping that why, in the back of your mind. You can't get discouraged. For example, last night I had 2 calls set up, 2 business opportunity Zoom calls set up for 8 and 8:30. So I prepared for these calls. I took the time out of my schedule for these calls. I get on there and I'm waiting. The 8 o'clock one doesn't show up. I'm like messaging the girl, hello, I'm on here. She never shows up, never responds. I'm like, okay, moving on to the next one. 8:30, I pop on. Does that girl show up? Nope, doesn't show up either. And I messaged the girl, didn't hear from her. And honestly, I could have sat there and I could have been like, I can't even believe this. What is wrong with these people? I could have let it slow me down. And instead, I'm just like, you know what? I don't want those kind of people in my business anyways. If you don't have the time to show up on a call, you can't get yourself on a call. Like, I don't want you as one of my active coaches. Bottom line, I don't. I want someone who's self-driven and motivated and is a hard worker. And that just showed me right there. First impressions, you know how that is with everybody, first impressions. And that just showed me like, this is not going to be a good fit for me. So it was kind of almost like a blessing in disguise. And honestly, like I'm doing this right now and yeah, I'm doing well, but I mean, we have debts and stuff we're trying to pay off. I mean, I got tons of student loans and stuff. So, I mean, I don't have anything, to show for this. So, I was saying to my husband the other day, I'm like, God, it would be so easy for me to just be like, forget it. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm sick of working 4 hours every single night to just pay off our loans and stuff. Like, I'm not even putting any money really into the bank. But then I think to myself, yeah, but I mean, this is going to bring me to where I want to be. This is going to create, in the end, it's going to create, freedom for me to have more time with the family and not be so strapped on money. And I can create all that. I don't have to worry about people telling me what to do at my job and when to do it. And I can control it all myself. So I just think that you got to kind of keep that in the back of your mind, your why. It always has to connect back to your why you're doing this.
Thanks. Yeah, it's really evident that you have an overwhelmingly excited belief in the products and everything. So it rubs off. It's contagious. That's awesome. Thanks.
Oh, good.
I think we have time for one more question.
Yeah, one more question.
She's got to get back to her schedule.
I got my team call. I got to pump up my team now. They're kind of in a slump right now, so I got to bring them up.
I got a quick question.
Yep.
So I know you said that you use your notebooks a lot to keep track of your follow-ups and your invites and your prospects. I can imagine that every night you probably have a lot of repeat conversations with people and you're trying to explain the same things. How often do you use scripts, and how important are scripts to what you do to share these things with people?
I mean, I think my initial is always the script with people. I'll use that one that I told you guys about, and then I'll follow up with the exact same one. And if I still don't hear from them, then I'll kind of go to their wall. And this is what I did the other night. Like I said, with the girl, she posted up a picture of flowers, and I'll find something on their wall that I can relate to in some way, something I can talk to them about to kind of get a conversation.
Did everyone freeze or just her?
Just her. I was just going to ask the same thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think she had to go anyway. No.
Take us out of the call with a boom. Amy.
No happy birthday song?
Oh yeah. Is he on here? Pete? Dad?
There's only 1 minute left of the SU game. Actually, did they? Oh, they won. Never mind. So he's probably on.
What'd they win by? Never mind. He's not on.
Well, happy birthday if you're watching the recording.
Yeah.
All right, Amy. Thanks for getting her on the call. Why don't you take us out with a boom?
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Boom! Night, guys.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.